The hardest moments of our life can and will turn to a testimony for us if we are altogether committed to the Lord and we settle that commitment and his name into our heart. Then, in those moments, his signature becomes something that we can hold on to as we go through those hard times. In our ward, over a 2-year period, 5 babies were born into 5 different homes in our ward. Each of these babies had severe health challenges. All of them were different. Jesse Caleb Richardson was born prematurely at 23 weeks gestation. Miles Fotheringham was born with a rare disorder that would not allow him to breathe on his own. Susie Allen was born without kidneys. Annie Grace Sabin was born with a severe heart defect. And because of lack of amniotic fluid in the womb, Cade Bennett was born with lungs that were not developed enough to sustain life. Our ward began to pray for these babies, and we saw miracles. The journey was hard, but we were given wisdom from the Lord. We gave and kept back nothing in hours and hours of service to these families. And as through this process, the name of the Lord became written on our hearts. Within those 2 years, we lost all 5 babies, and yet we gained a greater testimony of the Lord. That testimony was particularly made manifest in the lives of those 5 mothers. I watched these mothers become sanctified as they prayed for miracles and then yielded their hearts to the will of the Lord. I watched them become consecrated as they set their own lives on hold, sacrificing everything to the calling of mother. Every time I see these mothers, I see the testimony that burns in their eyes that they have come to know the Lord in a personal and individual way. They have written his name on their heart. Their lives have become a sermon to me. Their trial turned to testimony, and they settled that testimony in their hearts. I had the opportunity to speak at a funeral of one of those babies. As I sat with that mother and father, and we talked about their experience over the past 1.5 years, and some of the most tender moments, I said to the mother, "Would you be able to do it again?" And she said to me, "No, never." And then I said to her, "Would you ever give up the testimony of the Lord that has come to you through Miles' life?" Her reply was exactly the same. No, never. I have learned that it is in the no-never moments of our life that our testimony of the Lord becomes the most precious to us, that his signature on our heart becomes the most dear.